FinanceStrategy.com.
Hello, this is Daniel Grady with a quick look at the markets for today, Friday, May 2nd. The economic calendar starts pretty early today at 7:55 GMT when we have manufacturing PMI from Germany. Then 5 minutes later, we have manufacturing for the entire Eurozone. Purchasing Managers Index is a indicator of economic strength. Anything above 50 shows growth. If we have a significant miss here, we could have some strong volatility in the euro here. This event here at 8:30 does not exist, so there's a little mistake here in the economic calendar. At 8:30 GMT, we have PMI, construction PMI from the United Kingdom. Construction is not as important a component of the economy, but still pretty important for the United Kingdom, so we have a strong miss here. We can also see some volatility in the pound and, of course, in British stocks. Then at 9 o'clock, we have unemployment rate for the Eurozone. Unemployment is not as important for policy decisions as it is for the United States. However, we could still see some volatility here because employment still is a strong indicator of overall economic health. And then we have the major event of the day at 12:30 GMT when we have non-farm payrolls and employment data from the United States. There's some pretty high expectations for non-farm payrolls today. This is the highest that's been expected since November, but it's also important to point out that the higher expectations you have, the more likely there's a risk of a miss on the downside. So we could still see some strong volatility here in non-farm payrolls. Moving over to the markets, the S&P 500 yesterday closed slightly on the downside. It was less than 0.1% lower, but it's still just 4 points away from a new record high at the moment. During the Asian session, Asian stocks also, early today, Asian stocks also had a slight variation, just less than 0.1% on the upside. China was still closed for trading today due to the holiday, but most of the other stock markets, including Hong Kong, were open. Going into the session today, S&P 500 futures are trading down by 0.2%, which is indicative of a general risk-off environment for the markets today, which is understandable leading into the weekend when we still have the continuing tensions in Ukraine and winding down first quarter corporate earnings season. And today, before the market open, we have Chevron reports first quarter corporate earnings. Moving over to the euro is still above 138.40. We didn't have much volatility yesterday or during early trading today. We still have resistance at 139. However, with the data releases coming out, we could see some strong volatility here, and the euro might push as high as 139.40, which is our strongest level of resistance at the moment. And then we have stronger support at 137.60 as our stronger support level. The pound also continued higher. It made another run towards 169, tried to get above that, but failed to maintain that price level, and it ended up closing yesterday below 169. That's still our resistance level at the moment. We don't have any strong data on in the economic calendar today, so we have resistance at 169 and support at 168.40. The yen, there was a drop in interest in safe haven assets yesterday, which led to a slight weakness in the yen, which pushed this dollar-yen pair a little bit higher. It's above relatively weak support here at 102.30, and then we have resistance at 102.75. We don't have any major data that would affect the yen. However, with the data that's coming out from the United States, we could still see some strong volatility in the dollar-yen pair. And then finally we have gold, where we have a stronger reflection of the lack of interest in safe haven assets yesterday when we had a strong drop in the price of gold. It didn't get below 1,280, which is our support level here, but it's very close, and it tried to get through that and eventually didn't close below 1,280. Going to the session today, if 1,280 doesn't hold, we could see gold moving towards 1,260, which is our next level of support. However, it's important to point out that gold at the moment is getting close to being oversold according to RSI. if it were to move on the upside, we still have resistance at 1,310. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and happy trading.